Hobby Lobby the other day just to see what kind of diamond painting or crafts they had available at the time. And I think, if I remember correctly, they have a 40% discount on all of their spring decor. And while I was there, I encountered two sets of people. One was a husband and wife. I think the other two were sisters or something like that. And they happened to be looking at diamond paintings of various types. And I was explaining to them the basic idea of how you diamond paint. And after that conversation with two different sets of people, I decided that I would actually do a demonstration of what exactly it takes to diamond paint. And of course I had to get a diamond painting. So this is a nice little garden scene. So it's basically a garden box with a bunch of flowers. There's even a butterfly. It is one of those kind that has a stand. And all diamond painting kits come with, at least I should say standard diamond painting kits come with the basic kit. So I'm going to show you how to use this basic kit. And as you can see here, there's different types of diamonds. These kind are basically the crystal kind. You can tell because of the shiny. So I'm going to open this and do the project to show you what exactly diamond painting is all about. And so basically I'm going to be teaching like 101 of you buy a kit, you come home, and now what? So now I'm going to open the package. And this is the picture. There's no label. I'm just thinking it's like a garden box. And as I said, there's a stand, so once I finish, I'm not going to do it yet because there's plastic on this. And the whole idea with diamond painting is there's glue on the whole project, and you take the plastic protector off, and there's the glue. So I'll show you what I do with this when I'm done. So this is the boat. That's what we call it because it kind of looks like a boat. And here we have the square of wax. So the whole idea is you take off, there's a plastic protection on this, so you take this off of one side. Now, what I'm going to do is, with my little bit of wax here, I'm going to take this single end and push down, and you can't, well, I guess you can see it a little bit. The one thing you definitely need to have is a pair of scissors because you need to be able to cut open each bag. There's two main ways of diamond painting. With a kit this small, you might want to start with one specific color, and so well, let me open the container. here's all of the drills, and I don't see any leftover pieces. That usually means the bags are all sealed properly. Sometimes when you take the drills out, there might be a few left in here, which could mean that there's a rip in one of the bags. So if that ever happens, just be very careful. So we have here number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we have another package, another group of them. Here we have 11, 12, 13, and then we have A and B. The whole idea with A and B is they are shaped in more like a leaf pattern instead of just a round circle. Also, all of these are smaller, and these are the size of a standard drill. With this, and this is the reason why these three were separated, these are special. These are a little bit larger. So here's the regular size, and then here's a larger size, and then this two, and then this one's even larger than the rest of them. So you can see these are nice bright colors. Even with these two leaf shapes, the purple is a little bit smaller than the pink, and I'll show you where all of this stuff goes. So with a kit, with a project like this, as I was saying, you can either one of the things I do is I will put the plastic back on the wax to protect it. And then I just put it off to the side. So you can either start with color number 1 and place all of color number 1, right? There's color number 1 here, color number 1 here, number 1 here, and then go to the next color, and wherever there's a number 2, put number 2, and so on and so on. Oh, one of the other things I wanted to say, I do recommend using a pair of tweezers to put the leaf shapes on, especially this bigger one, because it is a larger size. The wax that is in this tip is not, it'll probably work on the smaller, the purple leaf, but it's not going to be strong enough to pick up the pink leaf. It's anything, same thing with this one, it might not pick up this size. So what I would recommend, and any tweezers will work, so if you have grooming tweezers, those should work. I just happen to have different brands, different crafting tweezers, so that's what I'm going to use when I get to that spot. In a case like this, it's just large enough and the design is spread out just enough that what I'm probably going to do is start in one specific area, like maybe right here. Peel back the plastic. It is a little difficult to see, but it is there, and if you use your thumb, especially if you have any nails, it will pull up that way. Now, I am going to do, because I like to save the extras, and with most kits, there's going to be extras. I like to save them because I might one day decide to do my own project, maybe back when I first started diamond painting, I had gotten a project like this, and there was not enough of one particular color, and it was a color that was kind of important to the project to make it look proper, so I just kind of had to fudge a little bit and fill in the colors that I did have at that time. Because of that experience, I decided that I would always keep my extras. And it's come in handy. There's been a few times when maybe I knock a container over. So I keep the extras. This is not something you have to do. The little container, the little package that you had at the end, or that all of this stuff came in, what you can do is there's perforations on each of these, between these bags, to help you know where to cut. But so the whole idea is, once you use a specific color, you can tuck this bag back in here. But what I personally do, because I like to save the drills, that's one of the official words that they're called. I don't know why, but maybe because of the way that they're processed, I'm not really sure. But you can use even like those little sandwich bags, something like that. You can even have just one sandwich bag, and once you're done with each one of these, tuck the sandwich bag inside, and just use like one sandwich bag for all of the extras. It looks like there's going to be enough colors. This is color number 8, and this is color number 2. They are both green. It looks like one is a darker green. It's difficult to see on camera, so I'm not entirely sure why they did 2 different numbers of green. There might be a reason. I'm not entirely sure. But the whole idea is, I would recommend setting, even if you do like one color at a time, set the colors aside. Don't throw them away right away. Because one of the things that will happen with just about anybody is, let's say you start here, or let's say you start with color number 1 and you just do all of the color number 1s, then you go on to 2, 3, 4, whatever. Or if you start at one edge and work in like going across or up, or however you want to do it, is up to you. But let's say that you start here and you start going across, and as you get to another spot, now all of a sudden you find, oh, there's more number 1s over here that I didn't realize. Well, if you do a specific color and you think that's it, and then you throw that color away, and then you come across a specific area where, oh, there's more of that particular color. Like, it looks like there's 2 more 1s here. Well, if I did all of the 1s and threw away the leftover drills, the leftover diamonds, and then I got over here and realized, oh no, there's 2 more here. So I recommend saving whatever method you use, starting with the color number 1, or starting at one specific area and going. You could start at the bottom, you could start at the top, you could do these butterflies first. Whatever method you want to use is totally up to you. I do, in this particular case, I'm going to start at this end just so you can see how I do it. But what I'm saying is, do not throw these away until you're completely done with the entire project, just because you don't know. So what I'm actually going to do here, so I have these crafting bags, and I also have, but then see, I do this a lot. I mean, I even have a YouTube channel about doing crafts, so I have crafting supplies. I have these labels, and so I have already a way of doing something like this. But that's just me. I'm not exactly a professional, so I'm not paid to do crafting, but I do enough crafting that I have ready supplies. So with the bag, basically the baggies are sealed. You can see the seal on three of the sides. The side that we recommend you cut on is the side that does not have the seal, the heat seal, because it's harder to cut through. So I cut here, and then I dump the diamonds into my tray. Set this aside. And then I pour the majority of this. I leave just enough so that I can diamond paint right away. And then I'm going to set this bag aside. Now, and like I said, you don't have to do this step, but I would recommend at least saving the excess until you're completely done with the project. The way that these diamonds are made is there is a flat surface. And then as you can see, there's a rounded, or actually a diamond cut on the other side. That's where the color and the shine comes from. So now what I'm going to do is place where the number 2 is and push down. In person, it's easier to see. You can see right here the number 13. Well, the other locations, I think there's numbers all over the place. So right here is a leaf, a green leaf. There's leaves like all spread out throughout this whole thing. So I placed the one drill right there, and then I pushed it down. So where the numbers are, that's where the glue is. So I do that. So there's two of the diamonds put down now. And then I just keep placing. You don't have to press down too hard, just hard enough to get the flat backing to adhere to the glue. So there's one leaf done. I can now pull the paper back a little bit more. I'm not going to worry about this 13 just yet, but I do want to keep my hand out of the glue. It is entirely up to you how you want to do this. For a project this small, if you're going to do it in one sitting, you can just start with one particular color. Part of the reason why I do it the way I do it is if I remove this entire plastic and then I just start, like I said, start doing with number 1 and wherever the new ones are, well, now you've got all this sticky space to work on. But if you pull back and just do this one small section, one of the things that I have heard from other diamond painters and messages from their doctors, is this type of activity something to do with the hand-eye coordination and using the brain to function, for somehow, don't totally get it, but by diamond painting or doing a crossword puzzle or even a jigsaw puzzle, or mixing it up, one day do diamond painting, next day do some other kind of craft or whatever, and anything that uses the creative part of your mind, actually uses your mind to think outside the box, I guess you could say. All of that stuff helps to prevent things like dementia and stuff like that. Now, if you want some clarification, I'm just telling you what I've been told by other diamond painters. If you want to verify with your doctor. Now, one of the other things is I'm still young enough that my eyes aren't, I'm not having trouble seeing yet. I mean, some of these images, I will admit, right here, this color here and here is the number 10. But because of the color and how it's printed, it is actually difficult to see. So I actually have to look at it fairly close. Some of these numbers, like the number 12 there, that's pretty easy to see. If you have trouble diamond painting because maybe you're an older person or legally blind or something like that. I'm legally blind without corrective lenses, but because I wear glasses, I can see pretty well. If you're the type of person that has trouble seeing, there are magnifying glasses that you can get. In fact, you might even have one for reading. So what you can do is use your magnifying glass to help you diamond paint. That's perfectly fine. So obviously what I'm doing now is I'm turning it around to the other side. I'm still working with the number 2. And now I'm going to diamond paint with number 2 over here on this side for a little bit. The whole idea is I'm trying to not get my hand in the sticky. If you touch the sticky too much, it could stop the glue from working properly. Oops. So the whole idea with the wax that is in the tip of the pen, it adheres just enough to the surface of the diamond so that it grabs the diamond, but it's not sticky like the glue is. So once you lightly push into the glue, and you can see I'm not taking long to push. I'm not like really pushing into the glue. I'm just doing enough that it sticks. And because of that combination, once you lift the pen away from the glue, the diamond sticks in the glue, but not sticks on the wax, because the wax is not... The wax, I guess, is tacky, but it's not sticky. Unless you have nothing else to do for several hours, I would not recommend trying to do this all in one sitting. So I'm probably... Part of the thing is I'm sitting hunched over the table, and being hunched over for a certain amount of time is not good for us. you need to schedule some breaks in the middle, and as a result, this is probably going to take me all day. I've got all of this done with the exception of the number 6 right here. Everything else is done. So I'm now going to finish the number 6. This did take me several hours. I was busy all day doing other stuff, so I kind of kept coming back to this. And that's what I definitely recommend. If you're going to do something like this, don't try to knock it out all in one sitting. I'm actually personally very happy that Hobby Lobby has taken on a crafting company, I guess, that creates all of these. I think it's called the Spring Shop, something like that. And some of the diamond paintings that I do, I also take to work with me. So as you can see, with everything that I got in the kit, you can very easily do a diamond painting. You don't need anything extra. If you do try one of these kits and you wind up falling in love with them and want to do more, there are Facebook pages, YouTube channels that are all dedicated to doing stuff like this. But I also recommend that you at least get, well, hopefully you're watching this video because you picked up a kit. I do hope you at least do at least one of these just to see if you're going to like it. There, it's finished. Because you never know what you're going to enjoy until you try it. You can see why it's called diamond painting. All of the, basically the diamonds have a diamond cut on the top, and that's why it's so sparkly. And you can see all of the bright colors. Now there is one other thing I wanted to show you I figured out. On the back of this is a piece of plastic also. This plastic was designed to protect the product, and so the whole idea is you just simply need to pull it off. It is very difficult to find, but because I knew it was there, I was able to pull it off myself. See, that's all you have to do is just kind of like scrape it and then pull it off. Because there's so many different pieces of it, I might have to do that a couple more times. Hopefully, oh, maybe I got it. So this just basically protects the whole thing. So there it is. And it just makes it actually clearer. You can see the background better. And then with the stand, so all you have to do is This has a covering too. See, it's a milky color, but then again, all you have to do is just pull this off. Maybe it'll fit a little easier now. I'm trying not to break the picture or the stand. Ah, there we go. There might be one side might work better than the other for some reason, like maybe the way it's tooled. Finally! So there's the end product. It looks really cool in person. The colors don't really show up that well. I mean, some of the colors look really good on camera. There's actually 2 butterflies. But you can see all of that detail. So that's it. Please like and subscribe. If you would like to see more content, come back. I will definitely continue. I'm not sure what my next project will be, but I'll do something. So you have a good day. Bye.